guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, my name is Arsha, and today I'll be doing a book review on Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Yeah, I did tell that I'll be doing a book review almost 10 months back, and you might be probably wondering, did it actually take me 10 months to read the book? But actually, no, because I had my IGCSE exams, also known as my O-level exams, and I was preparing for that, but actually it got cancelled due to the pandemic. So substituting for that, I had my mocks, mock 1, mock 2 and mock 3, and I was studying for those. And since now it's over, it just got over, and I managed to finish the book a couple of weeks back. So now I'm ready with the book review, and let's jump into the magical world. Okay, so before we begin, firstly, spoiler alert, because if you haven't still read the book yet, then please do read the book, because throughout the review you might hear some details, like some important details that might spoil the suspense, that might ruin it. So if you wish to proceed, then yeah, if you have read the book, that's okay. But if you haven't read the book, I recommend you read it, because there are some key details, and this contains more suspense than I ever expected, because from my previous experience of reading The Philosopher's Stone, there wasn't that much suspense as compared to the Chamber of Secrets, because I didn't expect that much suspense to be at the end, and it just kept me on the edge of my seat till the very end. So make sure to stick on. So I'll be breaking this book review into 7 separate sections, so it'll be easier to comprehend. The Dursleys. Okay, so on to the plot of the story. So basically, like in the previous book, Harry does not get a satisfactory birthday, but at least last time he got a customized handmade birthday card from Hagrid, and also the Hogwarts letter, so at least that was a bit manageable. But this time it was double the trouble, because at the start Uncle Vernon actually ransacked him. I think it's here. There's that page. Yeah. So basically, Dudley asks Harry to pass him the frying pan, and then Harry was irritated, right? So he asked him to say, "You forgotten the magical word," and then then comes Vernon. He's like, "What have I told you about saying the M word in our house? How dare you threaten Dudley?" And then he roared at him, and then he's warning him not to say any magical words. So you can see, you can easily figure out how much the Dursleys hate magic. It's like getting something that you least wanted for your birthday, getting something that you least liked, or that for example, here in this scenario, the Dursleys, they get Harry Potter, who turns out to be a wizard, and the Dursleys mostly hate magic. So they received something that you mostly don't like. So I like that contrast that's created. And moreover, so as the story progresses, Uncle Vernon invites a family over to dinner, not out of his willingness to give, of course he won't do that, but because he wants a huge order for his company. So he actually invites a family over to his house for dinner. Such an immoral person. Dobby's warning. Okay, so moments later, Harry actually goes up to his bedroom, and then he finds a house elf named Dobby jumping up and down on his bed. I mean, who would find a house elf on your bedroom, when you just open the door, and then it just appeared out of nowhere? I mean, a house elf appeared out of nowhere, and then he warns Harry not to attend Hogwarts this year because it is too dangerous for him. Poor Dobby. You shouldn't have wasted your time saying that, because as for Harry, he and his just on time friend Ron fly off in a Ford Anglia. However, Dobby tries his best to save Harry from mortal danger, and in all circumstances he literally fails, because Harry overcomes the obstacles with some sort of luck. And moreover, compared like compared to the previous book, The Philosopher's Stone, this book gets a bit darker and more mysterious. Okay, as I said at the start, gets more mysterious, and because of these bloody writings on the walls, okay, like scaring off everyone, and it indicates about an open chamber of secrets. And then later, Professor McGonagall explains that the Chamber of Secrets, it was built by Salazar Slytherin, and it contains a monster that can only be controlled by the heir of Slytherin, and blah 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 and stuff like that.
Harry can speak in Parseltongue.
Moreover, in one scene, Harry speaks in Parseltongue, also known as the language of snakes, and everyone starts suspecting that he's the heir of Slytherin. And whenever he walks like between the holes of the school, and everyone just like moves aside because like they're scared of him and stuff like that.
Gryffindor versus Slytherin.
Also, I wanted to say one important thing in book 1 too, but I forgot actually because for some reason I couldn't say that one. Like from reading the two books, book 1 and book 2, I got to know something specific about the houses, about the Hogwarts houses. The thing is that the two books that I read, and in both of the books, it implies that the Gryffindor house contains all the good people, the protagonists, and the Slytherin house contains all the antagonists, all the bad and evil people. So the book portrays the two houses like that, because if you had seen in actually book 1, if you saw in the first book, I read at a scene where Hagrid says that there is not a single witch or wizard that went bad who wasn't in Slytherin. And also in one part, Ron says that he would take the train straight back home if he was still sorted in Slytherin. So this creates an impression that Slytherin is like a house for evil people. Like even when you see when in the book 1 when Malfoy was sorted in the Slytherin house, and when you portray Malfoy, like his character is seen as someone like a bad person who does not like, who's an arrogant person who like does not listen to others, and like he's acting that he owns the school and stuff. That from the attitude you understand that the Slytherin belongs to like people who are bad, and the Gryffindor house belongs to people who are good, something like that. And even if you see the Hogwarts logo, the Slytherin house, they have a snake's logo. So usually a snake, like it connotes of something evil or something that's menacing, so it could be like that. But I did not get any direct implication for the Ravenclaw and the Hufflepuff houses yet in the books. Maybe as I read on in the further books, I might get it.
The intelligent Hermione finds out it's a basilisk.
So eventually the monster turns out to be a basilisk who goes on petrifying everyone. And I also like the fact that despite Harry being the main character of the story, it is Hermione who actually finds out the clues to the chamber, and also finds out that it is a basilisk. And moreover, my favorite part of the entire story, is that when Harry, when he uses the Hermione's clues to explain to Ron about how the basilisk, petrified each and every person. I like how he breaks down that how each one of them did not actually look directly into the basilisk eye, because the book says that if you directly look into the basilisk eye, you instantly die. So I like how everyone is super lucky at Hogwarts that they didn't directly look at the basilisk's eye and it was all reflections. And I like how he breaks down the fact that how each person got petrified. I like that part. That's my favorite part of the book.
A basilisk traveling in pipes?
The only part that lacks a bit of sense is how a naturally living person could not notice a basilisk casually walking, casually like roaming around the school, and petrifying of everyone. Like, how couldn't someone notice that? And moreover, when Hermione found out that he was traveling in pipes, how can a basilisk that big, like if you even see in the book, it's described as like it's being so gigantic. How can it travel through pipes? How big is the Hogwarts pipes? I mean, it has to be like really enormous for a basilisk to fit in. So that's the only part that doesn't make a bit of sense. Rest of all, like it's okay. I will love it.
Ron is an arachnophobic.
Oh, I also got to know that Ron is an arachnophobic in this book, so it's kind of hilarious. So to finally wrap up, this is a great book and a must read if you love mystery books, and I'll recommend it a 10 out of 10. Okay, if you're reading it. And yeah, that's it for the book review, and make sure to check out my previous Philosopher's Stone book review, which I'll be putting up right here. And yeah, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the Prisoner of Azkaban.